Hello, everyone. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. Today on our show, you're going to have Ronnie. Ronnie is from Denmark. So let's see what Ronnie has to say. Enjoy the interview. So, hello, Ronnie. How are you?
I'm doing very well, and you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
And thank you for inviting me. Yeah,
So,
luckily I'm not a soccer fan.
actually, I was watching a little bit the beginning at work, and I run back home, and I got here on time for our interview.
Okay. Because it's the big game today, apparently, I find out.
So, tell me where you're from.
I'm from Denmark.
Oh my God, you're from Denmark.
So Denmark, England tonight.
That's amazing. Oh my goodness. Wow. Did you watch a little bit the game or not?
No, I didn't.
No? Oh my God, it was I didn't watch the whole time, but when I was at work I watched half part of it, and it was great. It was a great game. Wow. And tell me, I believe you are living in the UK right now, yes?
No, I live in Denmark still. I had
Ah,
lived like a couple of years ago oh, 8 years ago, I lived in London, but
so right now you are back in Denmark right now.
yes, I am.
I see. So, tell me a little bit about where about do you live in Denmark?
I live in the second biggest city called Aarhus. Still, what every other country would call a village, but here we call it the world's biggest village. Not a city yet, but the biggest village. It's a very cozy place, quiet and small, but you have all the preference. Like you can do everything. All the culture is here as well, so it's a great city.
I see. And what do you do for work, for living?
I'm a textile designer, actually.
So tell me a little bit more about your job.
Yeah, what is it? Like 6 years ago, I started up a startup myself where we are making textiles out of hemp instead of
Uh-huh.
to try to make a little bit more sustainable material or a little bit more conscious material that take more the resources in. So that is what we're doing. Just had our launch last week. So have been a hectic time here lately to get everything on the way and showing it off to the world for the first time. So it's very
That,
great.
that's amazing. So tell me a little bit about, so what do you produce? Do you it's clothing? What's it about?
We only do fabrics, so the roll
Amazing.
goods. So we definitely like sell to other companies like fashion companies, furniture companies, whatsoever that can use textiles, and they make their products out of it.
I see. I see. Now I understand. And tell me, how was your day today?
It have been great. It have been a lot of meetings. Sometimes my work life is just a ton of meetings, but it's very cozy. You get to meet a lot of different people that way.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life and also about your point of view so far, okay?
Yes.
So before we start our journey within the magic box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself, or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Mm, I think my friends will know it, but many people that meet me out to events or something would never know this about me, that I am actually artistic and have ADHD at the same time. So very neurodiverse, something I'm really good at hiding when I'm out with other people, but something you know when you know me.
Amazing. Okay, Ronnie, of course, checking your profile, I could see that you are running for Mr. Bear Brighton 2024. Yeah?
Exactly. It's gonna be exciting.
So tell me about the opportunity. When did the opportunity came along?
It was actually I was in Gran Canaria for the Bear Carnival there. Met Garrett, the what is it called? The organizer of Brighton Bear Weekend. And I met him there, and we were talking a little bit. And then, funny enough, I met him again when I was in Rome here in May, where I was go-go dancing at a club down there. And we talked, and I was like, "Hey, do you actually accept international application for Brighton?" And he was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, no problem. You can go as international." And I was like, "Okay, fine." And then I was like, "Okay, let's do it." And therefore, the opportunity came. It is such a honor to can be allowed to represent in other countries, because in Denmark we don't have a Mr. Bear or any of these. We have a Mr. Pup, but not a Mr. Bear. So it's very fun to could be trying to win the title there and be a representative for the community, both in Brighton, and also get a little bit more representation for the Danish bear community as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And when is going to be the competition?
It's gonna be, the competition is the 12th of June, and the winner will be, oh, sorry, July.
Yeah.
Yeah, July. And the winner will be announced the 13th of July, and
Uh-huh.
the whole bear event will be from the 11th to the 14th of July.
Amazing, amazing. Good
Yeah.
luck for this journey for you. I think it's very interesting for you to be able to be in a competition where you are living in the country and you have this opportunity to come along. And as you said, you can represent the bear community from from Denmark. I think it's a great opportunity for you.
Yeah, exactly. And also making a little bit awareness of it in Denmark. Some countries are better at it than others to just have like what you can call a regular gay community, where somebody feels a little bit excluded in some way. Uh, and then it's just lovely to can, yeah, support like a community that is come everyone, doesn't matter size, what you are, just come and have fun instead of.
Tell me, before we start the interview, tell me how is being gay in Denmark, in your experience, in your opinion?
It's very, very good actually. It's very open here. Generally, it's not that different. Like, for example, I play handball in my spare time. Um, and that is on a straight team, and nobody cares. In Denmark, nobody really cares anymore, to be honest. So it have always been easy. I come from an extremely small village on the west coast of Denmark, where it's like 150 citizens in the village.
Oh wow, very small.
Yeah, exactly. And people say, "Oh, it must be so hard to grow up there and do." And I was like, "No, nobody really cared at all." They were just like, "Okay, it's fine."
That's amazing. Wow, very good. Honey, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Yes, let's do it.
Amazing. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. So I've got him a best friend. Full of random fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Perfect.
Let's do it. All right, so before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yes.
Right, first question for you is, what is a negative thing that happened to you that came out as a positive thing in the end?
I think actually it was while I lived in London. I came there to study at the RCA, the Royal College of Art, and because of my dyslexia, I was submitted. Everything was going through, and you have this like IELTS test. I think it's yeah. And I failed that one because my dyslexia is like completely, and my way of speaking English was not the correct way, if you can say it like that. It's an old school test, so there's a correct way of speaking English. So in the end, I actually moved to London, but then I didn't get into the school because of it, and I actually ended up just living a year in London, working at pubs, yeah, working little bit side jobs. Just that year, I was so sad when I didn't get in because it was my dream school to get into. But after looking back on it, I'm so happy to have that year to develop myself in. Like I came out as a changed person from living in London, meeting so many other people. So yeah, definitely.
Wow, amazing. And you're living just 1 year in London.
Yes, exactly.
I see. Okay. And which year was that?
Now I need to count back.
Yeah,
It must have been 16th, 2016. Yeah.
2016. Okay, cool. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Ronnie. Next question is, what are the top 3 things on your bucket list?
Oh, yeah, that is a good one. I still want to go. I have some travel bucket list of things. I have Australia and Japan is still must go to for me. Um, what else is there? Getting a Mr. Bear stash, of course.
Really?
It is a must-have on the bucket list as well. Yeah.
Wow. So go to Japan, to win the competition, and the other one?
Also, Australia is one of them. Is like one of the really places I really want to go. I really want to like have that time where I can just take 3 month, 2 month, something, and just be like, okay, I'm going to Australia, live there for a couple of months, and just being like, I don't have any obligation. I don't need my applications for jobs. I can just relax, quiet down, finding myself.
I see. And your family, they live in the same city you live right now or not?
No, they live at like an hour drive away from me.
I see.
My sister lives in the same city as me.
I see. Okay. Next one. Let's do it. Right. So before the next question, as you just launched, your business, yeah, your career, your dream, tell me so far, what has been since you started organize everything, since you started put all together, what has been the most enjoyable parts of the journey so far, and the flip side, what do you find most challenging for you through your business?
I think it's again like a bad thing that's a good thing in some way because for me all of this like responsibility started. I've learned a lot from it, but it was also the worst thing ever. So it's one of the best thing and the worst things at the same time. I think the whole journey have been a love-hate relationship, but I learned so much about myself in this process as well. It was there. I also got diagnosed with ADHD in between because I was like, okay, something is not right here. So the lows must be like when I was down with like depression. I was like, I need to figuring out what is happening, and then the bright side is figuring out that it was a mental disease, if you can call it that. That you could get help to figuring out. So the whole journey of finding yourself and finding yourself to living have been the best. And the flip side of it is a lot of hours and a lot of worrying and sometimes not seeing people because you're just soaked up in your own little world of working. But
Yeah, absolutely. I think getting together, a business, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of your energy as well. It comes a lot of stress, and a lot of things. Sometimes you just need to focus. The only way to go through it. The only way to get things done.
yeah, exactly. And then you just cut out so many things, and that have been like also one of the biggest thing I got back after was like, okay, is you allowed to focus on working or focus on some one thing to work,
Mm-hmm.
but please also remember to live. So you need the balance. You need this like instead of just going full on at one thing and not the rest.
Absolutely. Okay. Next question is, if you could make up a new school subject, what that would be?
A new school subject.
Yeah.
I either it will be like very much creativity, understanding how you
Mm-hmm.
can think different out of the norm. Um, like almost like a subject where nothing was wrong, that people could actually explore exactly what they wanted and not being forced with a correct answer in some way.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love the idea. I think being open-minded and more understanding it will help a lot for sure.
Yeah, exactly. But also, yeah, I think sometimes, like right now, what I feel I also sometimes as a tutor at the design school and get focusing on these people that's just like trying to get the right answer, and I'm like, there is no answer. There's no right answer. The only right answer there is you that can say that what it is. So
Absolutely.
just like, yeah, figuring out that the norm is not what it needs to be.
I see. Ready for another question?
Yes.
Let's do it. Next one. I was looking at your videos. I could see that you love dancing. You're dancing a lot.
Yes, yes. It is always a good fun time, just going wild. Also, what I turned into starting being a go-go bear a little bit now, so
Uh-huh.
as a side hustle. But it's very good. I enjoy it. It is, yeah. Some people go out to find the love of the life or the hookup of the night, but when I get drunk, I just want to dance. And then, yeah, it's what gonna end up the whole night instead of.
Next question for you is, what did you want to be growing up?
I always wanted to be a designer, but a costume designer. I have been always in love with this like big theaters, costumes that you could do whatever you wanted. Because I think it goes back to the same as before. There's no rules. There's no there you don't need to search pretty. You don't need to be functional. You can just do whatever you want. It's a bigger vision for something.
And when you think about yourself, Ronnie, when you analyze yourself, what's the biggest joy of being you? What do you like the most about being Ronnie? And what's something that you know that you need to improve, you need to work on it? There's something about yourself?
Mm. I think the thing what I love the most about myself is how much I spread joy to other people when I'm with them. I'm just the best thing about being me is always smiling, always thinking about others as well. But that is also what I need to work on, also to a little bit think on myself, to be a little bit selfish sometimes, and it's okay to be selfish in some
Yeah,
ways.
absolutely.
So yeah,
And your closest friends, they live as well in the same city as you or different parts of Denmark?
the different parts right now. We are all designers, so we've been moved around a little bit all the time.
I see. All right. Next question. Let's do it. Before the next question, I'm going to ask a question in two parts. The first part of the question is, as you mentioned, that in Denmark, people, they are very open-minded. You can be yourself. Being gay is not a problem. But for you growing up, did you have the support of your family? They supported you? And the other part of the question is, when you came out, did something happen, or you just felt like, okay, let me just be my truly self and talk to my family and friends about the fact that you are gay?
Yeah, yes. About the family side, it was a little bit difficult because my mom have a very old school narrative on the thing of being gay. So she was like, because at that time I was playing very high level handball in my young age.
Wow.
And my mom was the lucky one that found a little bit of porn on the computer. And she was like, you can't be gay because do and you are messy, you can't be gay if you're having a messy room, all of these things. So we didn't actually talk about it for a while, but she was never like angry about it or anything, but this was her first reaction. um and the thing about like coming out, I never had this like, oh, I'm gay
Mm-hmm.
situation. I just told him my parents and my family when I was like, when I had my first boyfriend, and I was like, hey, my Angelo was his name, and he was like, I was like, hey, he's coming home for Christmas as well, and she was like, okay, it's fine.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I never really had this like come out, sit down with my parents or anything. It was just something they knew. And my mom also said after that, she was like, okay, I could also see after you had them, I had my boyfriend at that time home. There's nothing different about it. And it's so natural. But again, my parents is butchers from that and from the very west coast of Jutland. So a little bit old school minded, if you can say it like that.
I see. And the gay community in your city, it's big, it's small, or you need to, if you want to go like clubbing or to more open bars, they are far away or they are in your city, you can go.
The city I live in now, we have, I think we are down to one gay bar now, official gay club.
Yeah.
Then we have we have, okay, it's like a little bit weird combination. This one, you have one gay club, then you have one gay fetish bar.
Yeah.
As a member bar, and that's it. And then you have like a cinema as well. But those three things are there. But then at the same time, I'm also volunteering for the LGBT house here,
Ah,
where we do a lot of smaller events where it's not like it's completely without alcohol to take this like party thing away from it. So it can be everything from a game Sunday where you come and play board games and all of that.
I see. Okay. Next question for you is, who would you swap lives with for a day if you could? For any reason.
For any reason. I think like I think it would not be a famous person because I wouldn't go that route. I think I would like switch person with an accountant or something, just to try how it is. Because it would be the total opposite of what I'm doing normally. So it must be so. In some way, I really want to see how it would be to have like such a structured day and all your work have an answer and you can see if it's correct or not. I really want to try that instead of.
Interesting. I love it. Right. I have 3 questions left. Okay, let's do it.
Perfect.
Before the next question, as you mentioned about London, living in London, tell me what did you like the most about the city or about the experience, and what did you find more difficult about being in London?
I think the most joyful thing was like I have always been a little bit alternative in my younger days with like long dreadlocks and very colorful clothing and all of that. So it was so fun to move to London where you just disappear. Like you just fall into like a group of everyone.
Yeah.
It was such a weird and nice thing just to be like, okay, I don't get recognized here. I just quietly can live my life in some way. And what I think was challenging was like, yeah, the work pay and housing, of course, and then also that there is so many people there. Again, I was like, it's not relaxing. As I say now, I really love going back to London.
Uh-huh.
I'm just not gonna live there anymore because it's too stressful for me. But
Okay. Next question is, what has been the lowest point of your life?
it must be my depression here for 3 years ago now, almost, where I actually almost 3 months didn't move out of a bed.
Wow.
And yeah, just laying there and couldn't find the motivation to do anything. It's like,
Wow.
yeah, that was the lowest point ever.
And the flip side, the happiest point of your life so far, when you analyze what that would be.
I'm very much one to live in the moment, so I always forget when I have been like extremely happy, to be honest. But the reasonable one was like the launch where we stand to the cocktail, and I was almost tear dropping because I was like so relieved to show so much work out, and and everyone luckily liked it. So I was like, oh, so that was a very, very happy moment for me.
For sure, for sure. Two questions left. Let's do
Yeah.
it. Right before the next one, if I would come to your city, yeah, for the first time, what's something that I should see or I should visit that I can't miss it? What's the postcard of your city?
The official postcard is our art museum.
Mhm.
It is like very famous for this city. But one of my go-to places would be to actually go outside. There is like a deer park just in the outside of the city.
Okay.
So bring like a bag of carrots and go out there, enjoy your day, and feed some deers. I really enjoy that in some way.
Wow, interesting. Next question is, what is your most embarrassing moment?
Mm, yeah, it is a good question because I'm not the person that gets so much embarrassed about anything. Like, especially now, I'm like, don't really care. Uh, and I think actually I need to go way, way down to I was a kid, and it's only because I can remember it that it must be the most embarrassing thing.
Uh-huh.
You know, oh, do you have this in English where when you get 13, you say yes to Christ again? No, in Denmark, you have like you at birth, your parents say yes to be Christian, and then at
Yeah.
13, you are doing it again. And I was standing with the flag in the church, and in some way, I just decided that the ceremony was over. It was not, so I just moved out, take it, walk through the whole church with the flag in the middle of the ceremony.
That's so funny. And when you think about your childhood, what's the best memory that comes to your mind?
The best memories must be my freedom to play as a kid. It's
Mhm.
always that I have always been free to play, always have loving family in that sense. So it's like really much this like just relaxed farming. It's like the happy time of it.
Wow, amazing. Good. Ready for the last question?
Yes, let's do it.
Last question. Let's do it. Okay, before the last question, as you are running for the Mr. Bear Brighton 2024, what's something about yourself that you think stands out compared with other competitors that are running as well? Tell me something interesting that you think that you got it.
Both my way of performing is always fun. I always have that part. And one thing that sometimes get lost, actually, it's not my first Mr. Bear competition, to be honest, but
Okay.
sometimes I get a hard time translating the softness and the coziness of my personality and the inclusiveness.
Uh-huh.
And that is what I think I got more is this like everyone is welcome, everyone is joyful. I enjoy my time with everyone, and everyone in my mind. I'm like, I don't need to hate you for a stupid reason. You need to give me a reason to hate you if I need to, like literally. So I think it is a really my openness and my love to the bear community is also something that really stands out for me. Like I was an extremely chubby kid as well at some point, and also when I started going to gay bars, and I always went to the regular gay bars where you see the one six pack with the next six pack, and they look gorgeous, but I felt so uncomfortable in these situations
Mm-hmm.
where I really fell in love with the bear community for taking in everyone as they are. You don't need to be a bear to be a part of the bear community. Is very important to understand as well. Um, so yeah, I think I got like the whole package, if you can say that. I have everything from funny performance, getting out, speaking with a lot of people, going to a lot of events. So yeah, I think that is what separates it a little bit.
Amazing. You know what? I had very not long ago. I had Mr. Bear, England, London, on the
Oh,
show.
nice.
Yeah, he's from. He was Mr. Bear Manchester. Now he's Mr. Bear UK. And we were talking about the bear community. And in my opinion, Ronnie, I think nowadays the bear community, it became very huge. It became very open. It became very popular. I think nowadays, the bear community, it's. I remember, like, I don't know if you, when you were in London, do you remember the club XXL? So it was. I remember going so many times there, and I felt so welcoming. Even though you're not part of the bear community, but you could be there. You felt welcoming as well.
Yeah,
In your
exactly.
in your opinion, do you think that nowadays the bear community, it became more, let's say, open, or maybe more welcoming as well? I think that people, they I had the experience as well, not experience, but people shared with me that sometimes the bear community can be closed as well. You know what I mean? Because it took so long for them to you know to be themselves and to be accepted somehow, and now they not afraid to lose their the place where they always look for. What's your opinion about that?
I will say, in some way, it is way more open, but
Mm-hmm.
there's also happened a switch in what some people call the bear community and what bears call the bear community, if you can call it like that. Because now you see, like, Italy, Spain, for example, mostly Italy, have lists like, oh, we do a bear event. Then it's just muscular six-pack guys with a little bit of hair. Where it's again the same about looking the best, being extremely attractive, these kind of things. And I think that is the wrong side of the bear community, because it seems to be so huge now that some parts of it have been very closed off, yeah, and that's, I think as well, that have happened with some of the real bear community, or original bear community, if we can call it that. That they can be a little bit closed off, because if they see a skinnier guy or a muscular skinnier guy, they will be like, is he actually interested in the bear community, or is he interested in the new understanding of a bear? There's the six-pack, whatever. But as well, I have always seen this as very, very open, and it's again depending on where you have it. My little weird saying is like, the bear community are the lesbians of the gay community as well, because it's so much loving, caring. Like, okay, let's just have fun, enjoy, speak together, eat a lot
Amazing.
of food. Just like,
Very good. Okay, last question for you is, what is your morning ritual?
my morning ritual is one of the worst. It is it's like, jump out of bed, brush my teeth, and just run to my car and go to work. I'm such a bad at morning routines. I'm like, I wish I could be like the person that wake up good time to make breakfast and get something to eat before. Nope. Every time I try it, it works like one day, and the rest is the same. I gotta wake up way too late to do it, and just
That's funny.
run away. So yeah, my morning routine is not that good.
Not right or wrong, it's just the way fits you well.
Exactly. I don't know if it fits me well, but it's just what happens all the time.
All right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Okay, let's start with family.
Love.
Money.
Useful.
Fear.
Yeah, curiosity.
Life.
Living.
Good. Love.
Almost also a fear.
Okay. Sex.
Passionate.
Religion.
something.
Politics.
BS.
Friendship.
Important.
Desire.
Work.
Regret.
Don't.
Success.
Enjoyment.
Okay. Wish.
Dream.
Okay. Happiness.
Smile.
One word for Denmark.
Yeah. I wish I could use a Danish word, but I don't think you have a translation for it in in English. But yeah, rye bread. I think it's called rye bread in English.
Like vibrant.
No, it's literally like a bread that is called rye bread.
Ah, rye bread. Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Interesting. One word, as you mentioned before, that you play handball. So one word for handball.
Peace.
Amazing. And the last one now, bear community. One word.
Love.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend. Define Ronnie in one positive word and one negative word only. What your best friend would say.
My best friend will, as a positive, say loyal. As the negatives, you see chaotic.
Amazing. Let's play now, Ronnie, and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But before you ask me the question, what is your favorite Danish word?
Leverpostej.
Which means?
It's a kind of food. It is it's a liver pate. I think it's the closest translation you can do it.
So say that again, leverpostej.
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 Yeah.
Amazing.
There's something how it flows, like, Danish people speak a lot with the throat, so the word is actually very nice because you got a little bit like the tongue feeling. It's like getting more soft. I enjoy that with that word.
Amazing. Okay, you can ask me a question now.
Yes, my question will be, from you doing all of these interviews, what is the biggest learning you have got out of this?
Oh my God, what's a beautiful question, Ronnie. What a beautiful question, my God. I think, okay, I'll tell you something now. Since I started doing the interviews, of course, I talked to so many different people from different backgrounds, different part of the world, different point of views. And what I've learned the most about, I think, it's how you can open your mind, be open-minded, talking to people, and listen to people, listen to their experiences, listen to their point of views. And I think for me, you have no idea how much I'm a better person since I started doing the interview. I feel myself a better person. I feel myself a much more open-minded person, always being very approachable and open-minded, but I've been educated so much here in different topics that I never heard before. I remember the first time when I heard the word polyamorous. I didn't know. And I was a bit confused because this lovely gentleman on the show from the US, he said, oh, my boyfriend, my husband lives in Asia, but my boyfriend lives in another city close to me. And I was a bit confused because I was like, maybe I didn't understand what he mentioned. And he explained to me, and I was so happy that, I was introduced to this, word, to this, way of, relationship that people have. So for me, what I've learned the most is about, being more open-minded, understanding, and more approachable as well. So you have no idea how many situations, how many topics that, I've been learning. And I all the time when I learn something new, I feel very happy here. For example, talking to you, you're talking about, your country, talking about your language. It's just, I'm so curious about that because it's just about learning and connect with people. So the biggest lesson for me is about being more open-minded and understanding as well, for sure.
That is a great lesson to learn.
Absolutely. Did you enjoy the interview?
I did. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. Thanks for taking the time for the interview, and good luck for you on this, new journey, on this competition that you are going next month. I think it's a great opportunity for you because you're not expecting suddenly just appear for you, and I think that's
Exactly,
incredible.
and it's gonna be fun. And yeah, I always like competing in other countries because
Amazing.
yeah, it's a new journey. And,
Before you go, Ronnie, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
I think it falls a lot into what you actually also said, just being open-minded, just like don't judge, just be listening. We already like you got 2 ears, use them to listen. If you don't
Amazing.
understand, okay, fine, but don't be negative about it. Just understand, be curious, and at the same time, don't be scared of saying what you feel.
Totally. Absolutely. Love that. Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening. Keep in touch, okay?
You
Take care.
too.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.